Have you ever wondered whether having a pet might affect your health? Could an animal like a dog, cat, bird, rabbit, hamster, fish, or even a reptile actually help you live longer? At first glance, this idea might sound exaggerated, but scientific evidence suggests that pet owners are physically, mentally, and socially better off than those without pets, and that can potentially lead to a longer life. In this video, based on scientific data, peer-reviewed studies, biological mechanisms, and real-life examples, we'll explore the question, can owning a pet really contribute to a longer lifespan? In 2019, the American Heart Association published a study showing that dog owners are 24% less likely to experience premature death compared to those without pets. But it's not only dogs. A 2011 study published in Clinical and Experimental Psychology found that cat owners had a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. Birds and small mammals like rabbits and hamsters have also been shown to provide companionship and reduce stress, especially for people who may not have the space or ability to care for larger animals. Fish tanks, for example, are often placed in clinics and nursing homes because simply watching fish swim has been linked to lower blood pressure, reduced anxiety, and improved mood. Even reptiles, though less interactive, can provide a calming presence and a sense of responsibility that contributes to mental well-being. Why does this happen? When you interact with a pet, whether stroking a dog, holding a rabbit, or even watching your fish glide through water, your body releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which reduces stress and increases feelings of calm. At the same time, cortisol, the stress hormone, decreases. Lower cortisol levels help regulate blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and support immune function. Physical activity also plays a role. Dogs encourage daily walking, while caring for small animals, cleaning tanks, or setting up enclosures creates daily routines that keep people active and engaged. The psychological and social benefits go beyond exercise. Pets of all kinds provide companionship, reduce loneliness, and create a sense of purpose. A 2016 Australian study involving more than 5,000 adults found that pet owners reported greater calmness, self-confidence, and satisfaction regardless of whether the pet was a dog, cat, or smaller animal. For elderly people, simply having a living being to care for even a bird or a hamster can help prevent depression, dementia, and cognitive decline. Children who grow up with pets often develop stronger social skills, better emotional understanding, and lower levels of anxiety. In fact, some pets have even saved lives. We've all heard stories of dogs and cats alerting their owners to danger, but there are also cases of parrots warning families about fires, rabbits waking owners during medical emergencies, and even fish behavior changing in ways that drew attention to problems in the home environment. These examples highlight how deeply attuned animals can be to human life. Ultimately, whether it's a loyal dog, a curious cat, a singing bird, a playful rabbit, or even the quiet presence of fish or reptiles, pets have the potential to make us healthier, happier, and perhaps even help us live longer. Real-life stories of pets. Saving lives: a dog that predicted seizures. Karen, a woman from Colorado, suffered from epilepsy. Her dog, Buddy, warned her multiple times before a seizure began through unusual behaviors like barking and pushing her. One night, when Karen was alone and started seizing, Buddy activated a special emergency phone with his snout and saved her life. A cat that detected a gas leak. In 2010, a 65-year-old man named Jeffrey noticed strange behavior from his cat one night. The cat repeatedly climbed onto his face and wouldn't let him sleep. Minutes later, Jeffrey smelled gas leaking from an old pipe in the kitchen. His cat's restlessness woke him up and saved him from a potential explosion or suffocation. A parrot that warned of a fire. In 2005, a family in Indiana was asleep when their house caught fire. Their pet parrot, Ziggy, began screaming loudly, waking up the household in time for everyone to escape unharmed. Firefighters later said the bird's alarm almost certainly saved their lives. A rabbit that alerted its owner. During a medical emergency in the UK, a man with diabetes fell into a diabetic coma while watching TV. His rabbit, Dory, climbed onto his chest and began scratching and thumping until his wife came into the room. She quickly called emergency services, and doctors confirmed the rabbit's unusual behavior had saved the man's life. A fish tank that exposed carbon monoxide poisoning. In 2013, a family in California noticed their tropical fish suddenly behaving erratically and floating near the surface of the tank. The strange activity prompted them to check their home, where they discovered a carbon monoxide leak. The fish's distress led them to call for help before anyone in the family was seriously harmed. A dog that kept his owner warm in the mountains. A man hiking in the mountains got lost in winter, fell, and broke his leg. His dog lay beside him through the freezing night, keeping his body warm until rescue teams arrived. Doctors later said that if his body temperature had dropped just 2 degrees lower, he wouldn't have survived. A cat that detected cancer. A middle-aged woman noticed her cat repeatedly lying on a specific part of her chest and sniffing the area. After visiting a doctor, a small tumor was found exactly where the cat had focused. It turned out to be early-stage breast cancer, early detection that saved her life.
Thank you for watching us. If you would like to hear more interesting and strange facts, follow our channel.